With the Grand African Masters setting paper today, Essential Skills in Maths, National 5 Mathematics 2024 exam, paper 2. Bear in mind these will be very, very quickly done, lack of editing, just because these are all last minute, so try to get it to you as much as I can. Let's just get started straight away. Paper as usual on clevermaths.com. Okay. Question 1. The population in Glasgow is growing by 0.6% each year. In 2022, population was 1,689,000. What is it in 2025? Give your answer to 4 significant figures. So this is appreciation. Just be careful here. So I do 100 plus 0.6 to get 100.6%. If I divide that by 100, you don't get 1.06. You get 1.006. So that's a little bit trickier. So I do 1689000 times 1.006, and it's to the power of 3, so it's 2022 to 25, not 2, 3. Calculator, 1689000 times 1.006 to the power of 3, 1719584.776. 4 significant figures, 1, 2, 3, 4 means I'm cutting here. 5 means I round the 9 up, but I can't round 9 up, so I round the 1 up instead. So I get 1720, 1, 2, 3 numbers, 0, 0, 0, and we're done there. Question 2. The weight of a much maligned Scottish midge is 5 times 10 to the minus 7. The average adult human weight is 62 kilograms. How many times heavier is the adult to the midge? How many times heavier? So I want to work out what I've times by, so I divide. So 62 kilograms, or different units, watch out. So 62,000 grams divided by 5 times 10 to the minus 7. Big number divided by small number. So again, calculator, 62,000 divided by 5 exponential minus 7 is 1.24 times 10 to the 11. Now, if your calculator didn't give you it in scientific notation, you'd have to work it out yourself. So it's all the numbers after the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1.24 times 10 to the 11. And we're done there. Expand and simplify. So you know I always use a grid for this by now. So there's my grid. X minus 3, 2x squared minus 3x plus 1. It's not a bad National 5 2024 exam paper so far. X squared, that's 2x cubed, minus 3x squared, plus x, minus 6x squared. 3 3s is 9, so plus 9x, because a minus times a minus, and then minus 3. So taking it outside, I've got 2x cubed, minus 9x squared, plus 10x, and minus 3. And we're done there. Question 4, National 5 Maths 2024 Paper 2 Essential Skills. S for pupils in school attending a supported study, blah, 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 write an equation. So it is simultaneous equations. 7 waffles plus 6 breakfast rolls, we'll call that B, is 1555. It then says 6 waffles, 5 breakfast rolls is 1310. 6 waffles plus 5 breakfast rolls is 1310. Calculate the cost of one of each. So simultaneous equations. So let me write them one above the other. Remember, you have got a calculator anytime you want in this, so we will make use of that. But essentially, I want to make the second letter the same. So I times the top by 5 to get 30, and the bottom by 6 to get 30. So let's get the calculator to make sure we don't make a mistake. 7 times 5 is 35W, plus 30B equals 15.35 times 5, 77.75. And the other one, 6 6s is 36, 6 5s is 30, 1310 times 6 is 7860. So we get that so far. Let's call that 1 and 2, 1 and 2. And we can just do 1 take away, 2 take away 1. Bottom take away top, 36 minus 35 is 1W. 7860 minus 77.75 is 0.85. And then we just substitute, so I'll just pick this one to substitute into. So 7 times 0.85 plus 6b is 1555. Seven times 0.85 is 595, so you get 595 plus 6b equals 1555. So I do 1555 minus 595. 6b is 9.6. Divide that by 6 to get 1.6. Now I need to answer the question because they are not money or anything. I want the cost. So cost of waffle is either £0.85 or 85 pence if you prefer. And the cost of a breakfast roll, I think it was, is equal to 1.6, so £1.60. And we're done there. Question 5, in a triangle, BC is 7.3, angle BAC is 62, then we've got 39, find the length side of AC, which is here. So this is the sine rule. So check the start of the exam paper, but it's opposites. A over sine A is B over sine B, C over sine C. But you just think about it being opposites, so these two, I'll just call this like, I don't know. We want these two together, so I need that angle. So let's do that angle first, 62 and 39. Off of 180 is 79, so I need 79 degrees here. So that means that, let's just call that B for the sake of it, because it's opposite the angle B. So we've got B over sine 79 equals, these two go together, so they're opposites, 7.3 over sine 62, sorry. B times that equals that times that. So that means we get B is 7.3 sine 79 over sine 62. Get my calculator back. 7.3 sine 79 divided by sine 62 is 8.115. Round it to somewhere reasonable, let's just call that 8.12, and the units were centimetres, or 8.1 would be fine. Question 6. Express this as a fraction in simplest form. So we've got 3 over 2x minus 1 times 4x squared minus 1 over x plus 4. So that gives me, we'll just put this in brackets, 3 4x squared minus 1, 2x minus 1, x plus 1. Don't expand the brackets because you're trying to simplify, so you actually want to factorise. So the top is a difference of two squares. So that's 2x minus 1, 2x plus 1, 2x minus 1, x plus 1. 4 is a 4. Miswrote that, that's a 4, sorry. There we go, 4. And we can just cancel to get 3 times 2x plus 1 over x plus 4. And we're done there. Solve this equation. It's a trig equation. So sine x, 5 of them, equal 1 minus 3 is minus 2. So sine x equals minus 2/5. So I'll do the inverse sine of 2/5. Now let's see what that is. Shift sine 2 over 5 is 23.6, say. And now we use a, don't know why I wrote that, 23.6. Now we notice that the positive, I always do a positive in a cast. So cast diagram. Sine was negative, so it's not A and S, it's T and C. So x equals 180 plus 23.6 and 360 minus 23.6. So getting our two answers, 180 plus 23.6 is 203.6. And 360 minus 23.6 is 336.4. And we're done there for both of them. Find u, the magnitude of a vector the size of u. So that is the square root minus 8 squared plus 12 squared plus minus 24 squared. It's just like Pythagoras. Minus 8 squared plus 12 squared plus minus 24 squared is 28, and we're done there. Question 9. The prices in pounds of some flights in Germany to Scotland and euros are this. Calculate the mean and standard deviation and then make a couple of statements. So I always use this table. Remember to check out the start of the exam paper for the mean and standard deviation. 87, 101, 91. 144, 127. And 134. So we add all them up. That gives me 684. So my mean is 684 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 114. So I take 114 away for each of the numbers in the middle. That's minus 27. And remember, this is x minus x bar. And that's x minus x bar squared. 101 minus 114 is minus 13. Minus 23. $30. 13. 20. Square of the numbers. 729. 169. 529. 900. 169. 400. Add them all up. 2896. So now the standard deviation is, remember that's our mean, the square root of 2896 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers, so it's 5, one less. $24.006. 24.07, we'll say. And we had 114 for the mean. That'd be the mean price of the same destination from England. So it was from Scotland to start with, is £83 with standard deviation of 32.5. Make two valid comparisons about prices of flying to Germany from Scotland and England. So I've already set up this. I've got my mean and standard deviation. So on average, looking at the mean first, it is more expensive to fly from Scotland. And that's because 114 is greater than 83. And look at the standard deviation. The price of flights is now more varied. I always use varied, bigger number. And that's England. And that's because 32.5 is greater than 24.07. And we're done there. The RNLI has two lifeboats based in Anstruther. After an SOS call on the 5th of 4th, the life goes to depart from Boathouse B. The smaller lifeboat Akira travels 15 kilometres in a way of 62 degrees. So we're based at the boathouse, which is here, and he travels 15 kilometres away of 62, so I can put 62 degrees there because it's north round. The larger lifeboat with Robert travels 24 a bearing of 108, so it's still travelling from the same place, so it's 108 round to here. So I can do 108 minus 62. Let's just get a calculator for that. And that gives me 46 degrees inside here, and it says calculate the distance between the two lifeboats, where there's lifeboat A and there's lifeboat B, so it's this side is what I want. So I've got an angle in between two sides, so it's a cosine rule. The other way you know that is I've got one side, two side, and I'm finding the third side, so it's a cosine rule with an angle. So using the start of exam paper, it says a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos a, where a and b are the lengths and the angle in between is your cos a. So that's going to give me, I'm just going to call it a, I'm not going to bother relabeling it, 15 squared plus 24 squared minus 2 times 15 times 24 times cos 46. So getting a calculator, (15 squared plus 24 squared in brackets minus bracket 2 times 15 times 24 times cos 46 is 300.8459. So that means that the length A, which is this distance between A and B, is the square root of that number. So we'll just get a calculator again. Square root of, I'll just put dot 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 there so we know it's not been rounded. 17.34. I'm happy to make that 17.3 or 17.34. Let's just make it 17.3 and it's kilometres, and we're done there. 24 paper 2 essential skills. Question 11. An ice cream cone keyring is in the shape of a cone with a hemisphere on top. It gives us a diameter of 18 metres and the height is 34. Calculate the volume of the keyring. So I'm adding here because I've got something on top of something else. So I need the volume of a hemisphere, well, the spheres at the start of the exam paper. So a volume of a I'll just call it a hemisphere. Volume of a hemisphere is, well, it's going to be a half of 4/3 pi r cubed because that's the volume of a sphere. And the cone is going to be 1/3 pi r squared h because that's at the start of the exam paper as well. So what's our radius? Well, our radius for both of these things is 9 millimetres. The height of the cone we've already got, well, we don't. The height, so 34 all the way up, but from here to here is a radius, which is 9. So I need to do 34 take away 9, which is 25. So 25 millimetres. Just be careful of that. Now I'm just going to add the two together. So we've got our total volume is a half times 4/3 times pi times 9 cubed plus a third times pi times 9 squared times 25. Feel free to work it out separately if you prefer, but calculators are there for a reason. So brackets 1 divided by 2 times 4 divided by 3 times pi times 9 to the power of 3, close my bracket, plus, open my bracket, 1 divided by 3 times pi times 9 squared times 25, and we get an answer of 3647.389. And to two significant figures, just cut in here, 3600 millimetres cubed. Shows the sector ACB, the radius of the sector is 6.25, calculate the area. Area of a sector is always angle over 360, angle over 360, times pi r squared. So r is 6.25, and we square that. 215 divided by 360 times pi times 6.25 squared is 73.29 centimetres squared. You could round that to 73.3 if you want. Question 13. Question 13. The diagram shows a circular cross section of a pipe with oil flowing through it. O is the centre, radius is r, AB is 16, the depth is 4, and the distance from O to the centre is x. Write down an expression for r in terms of x. Oh, and tricky, nice. Well, the radius goes from here to here. So r must equal x plus 4. Calculate the radius of the pipe. Well, we're going to get x first and then we'll get the radius. So we've got this right angle triangle you should be able to see here. So this is Pythagoras in circles. And we've got x that way. And we've got the radius, which is x plus 4. We don't know that either. And half the diameter, that's 8. That's not a diameter, is it? No, half the width is 8. Don't know the diameter. So this is a tricky Pythagoras or circle question. Usually you don't know one side and you use Pythagoras. But this is Pythagoras with algebra, so just bear in mind that this is quite an unusual question. But I'm going to work it out anyway. I know I've got x squared plus 8 squared, and that equals x plus 4 all squared. That's x squared plus 8 squared equals, span the bracket, x plus 4 and x plus 4, x squared 4x, 4x, 16, x squared plus 4 is 8x, plus 16. So what does that give me? X squared, 8 8s are 64, equals x squared plus 8x plus 16. Maybe don't think the same cycle, I've got x squared, so just in case it's a quadratic, I've got x squared plus 64 minus x squared minus 8x minus 16 equals 0. But it's not actually a quadratic because x squared minus x squared is nothing, collecting like terms. 64 minus 16, let's just check that in the calculator, is 48. So we've got 48. And we've got minus 8x still, and the x squares are gone, and that equals 0. So that means that 8x on that side is 48. Divided by 8, 8 5s are 48, 6s are 48. So x equals 6. And what's the units? Centimetres. But we've not answered the question. It says calculate the radius. The radius is x plus an extra 4. So the radius is 6 plus 4, which is 10 centimetres. And we're done there. This has been Clever Maths. Today we've went through the whole National 5 Maths 2024 Essential Skills Paper 2. Hopefully you found that useful. If you did, give it a like and subscribe, and good luck in your exams, which is probably tomorrow. Take care, stay safe, and goodbye.